You would have to say that this is obviously going to be tough as they don't have the same setup, but at the same time, if I was someone I'd trust, it's Snax and Ash as that little package to bring up some new players. So I believe we're nearly very ready soon to get into game, and I believe 3, 2, 1. There it is. We found the start of game button. We're into Ancient, and the ESL Challenger Jönköping EU qualifiers are about to get underway.
Here we go, baby. Ancient is where we find ourselves, as you say. GamerLegion starting here on the CT side. Isak with the Julies. Flash and the smoke in play as well. What does Bless bring to the table? They've got a bit of utility, and it looks like they're going to send most of their players into mid here. Not giving any information away, though. Waiting to find contact before they start to push their way forward.
I mentioned, of course, some of the players on Bless that we know of. There are a few more unknown names for us, like Tension and Guthrie, so we're very curious to see how they play today, and that is a good start. The Dualies can't get anything done. And now Slend has to try and go for some picks, otherwise this pistol round is over for GamerLegion. There are 4 players kind of around the same position for Slend to try and face, and Guthrie's still hiding on that low HP. Happy to continue playing that position, doesn't want to risk retreating. And now aNdu may have 1 kill, and Snax may have a smoke, but I don't see a way back into this one, especially as Tension hits a nice shot with that P250. Now, of course, they knew where Snax was as well. He's going to try and exit. 1 kill will be nice, as you know Guthrie is close. He does not, and he gets punished.
Really well worked pistol round coming through from the T side there, just taking their time, biding their opportunities, waiting for that contact to come through, and then from there just charging their way forward and hitting some good shots, getting the important kills and locking down the post plant. Nothing too special, but reliable. Smash was also one of the players I always enjoyed watching on that EC Kyiv team, so good to see that he's landed on his feet and he's still competing and getting a chance to showcase what he's capable of.
Yeah, he was on that team for borderline 3 years, I think, Smash. So, yeah, long-term member and a lot of experience. Let's need to be careful about this mid-rush coming in, and actually a few coming in pretty nicely here. And aNdu's actually managed to find himself 1 more from that. And look at the damage done to Jakey and bondik too. That is really not bad at all if you're GamerLegion. You'll be happy with that sort of result with just the full eco.
Alright. 3rd round. First gun round of the map. Of the series. GamerLegion looking to get themselves on the board here. They did show quite a... They showed quite a few different faces on the defense yesterday against Gun 5 on this map. They were quite keen to commit towards middle more often than not. Snax is the playmaker in Jaguar. You're going to see him here throughout the half asking questions. He's going to try and take a gunfight, but straight into the crosshair he goes. At least aNdu upholds his end of the bargain as he's able to get the trade, keep the numbers level. I guess this donut bout is going to dictate the outcome of the round. Whoever comes out on top of this exchange surely will go on to get across the line. And Isak right now is the one doing work. Bolt tries to get in on the action as well. And it's just all out chaos in towards mid. GamerLegion thrive though.
Yeah, continuing to reface, continuing to go for those trades. And in the end, GamerLegion win it out. aNdu with another couple of important kills. Started well, 5 for him. To wonder, maybe, is he playing as a bit of an audition right now for that 5th spot? Not started badly in yesterday's game or today either. Of course,
that is a good
damage,
question though.
Sorry, continue.
No, it's a good question. You know, aNdu getting to stand in. I think it is officially been announced as a stand-in on a longer term basis kind of thing is the way I read into it, but that means you're going to get a chance to just show them what you're capable of, what you bring to the party, and you kind of got to just give them no choice but to add to the team. Basically the opportunity he's got now.
Nicely done by Slend. Just going to mention, of course, the amount of damage that GamerLegion did on that full eco with the USPs meant that Blessed had nothing in that following round after losing the first gun round. So 1 full eco from them had to come in as well. And we're basically starting all over again. 2-2, but this time with guns.
Yeah, GamerLegion were a bit slow to start on the maps they played yesterday against Gun 5, but once they got going, they looked really good. So, gonna have to wait and see here if it's something similar today. Obviously, already played an official on Ancient yesterday, able to win that. I think it was 13-10. So that'll give them some confidence. Already got a rep on the map. Looks like Blessed again going to try and head in towards the safe bomb site. We've seen this a couple times already here in the half. Clearly a bit of a theme for them, a go-to, trying to condition GamerLegion. But let me tell you, Volt looked superb yesterday, so you don't really want to be going to his part of the map too often.
Snax and aNdu looking to go for the double swing from Jaguar, but Smash is ready for that. Snax has gone for that once already in this game and has got deleted both times. But they're going to try and put another player in, of course. Make sure it's a double swing. I mentioned aNdu was with Snax, and aNdu does get one, but only one. So Blessed retain the man advantage, and they'll try now shift back toward the B site. At the moment, that would be a great call, because GamerLegion are looking to re-clear mid with all three of their remaining players.
Yeah, it's just all about the timing right now and how it's going to work out. What do GamerLegion think is happening as well? They're going to start to hear the Util being deployed in towards B. Slend does look for the peak, and he's been able to inflict some damage. I wonder if it's enough to sort of coerce them into considering the retake. isak is in position. He's not going to do much about the plant, surely. Oh, not far from it. Yeah, this is looking really rough. Blessed have been able to get into some decent post-plant positions as well. Util usage is good, and they're going to be able to clean up accordingly.
Yeah, but obviously we all know at this point on Ancient how powerful it is to get that deep position toward the back of the site and hold the lane down towards CT, especially with flash support. It worked there perfectly for Blessed. Very back and forth with the economy so far in this game, full eco to full eco, and again, GamerLegion are struggling a little bit with their funds. Only Slend has enough, which means probably a half buy for him. And yes, MP9 makes sense. Keep that cash in the bank. Chance to make some more with the SMG. You get that all in the future.
Yeah, Slend definitely did look a lot better when he had the AWP in his hands. I know that sounds obvious, but it was quite a lot less impactful with a rifle. So, you know, CS2, everybody knows it's pretty rough as an AWP because of how expensive, well, how the economy works and how tough it is to get the gun out. So, it can be difficult, man. Sometimes you can only get the AWP, you know, 2 or 3 times in a half if things haven't really gone your way.
The nade is banked from Smash, and it smashes Snax out of the round. Just for at least one kill, and aNdu will get himself his one. Lovely one dig on bondik. Smash is still really low, of course. Leg spotted there by aNdu. Again, on a low purchase. More damage here for GamerLegion is a distinct possibility. aNdu will eventually get taken out by Smash, but yeah, Sten is just looking for an exit, looking for a possible AK to save. He's going to need to get away from the bomb pretty quick, though, and he's not going to expect Jakey in that position. And he will get taken down, but only just. And the bomb blast doesn't reach him either, so not bad for Bless. This time they survived with 3.
Yeah, absolutely not. They're going to be really content with that, actually. Been able to get some distance between themselves and GamerLegion once again. Got the CT side on the back foot here. Win this gun round, 5-2 becomes 6-2, and then you're really feeling good if you're Blessed. So, let's see what the plan's going to be. It's a very direct approach from on this T side. Not very fast, not always at least, but normally it's just this pack-based mentality. We've seen them just 4-1s or all 5 players working together. This will be the case here once again. B bomb site's going to be their destination. Utility raining in right now. aNdu's in position, but he's completely blinded out in the open. How is he still alive? A lot of damage inflicted, but eventually he loses his life. And now GamerLegion are going to have to try and find a way to make this retake happen.
Yeah, 45 as well. Snax needs this one, but he won't get it. Jackie takes him as well. And isak is caught lurking around from behind by Guthrie. Nice start to this game from Blessed. Sen may have found one with his AWP, but we know what the answer is for GamerLegion here. They're off. Honestly, if you're Blessed, you can afford to maybe put 2 players in here for the hunt. It would be worth it for sure to stop the AWP save.
I'm right there with you. Just send out a couple hound dogs. see if you can deny the guns being saved. Certainly worth the risk, but Blessed aren't doing anything particularly special on this T side right now, but they're doing the basics very well. And that just shows you doing the basics extremely well is normally good enough to get you across the line. Alright, 5-2. And they're going to have to eco here for our GamerLegion as well. Let's see what Slend does. I mean, you got to think about the comparisons between Slend and Acor. You know, Slend is probably a more expansive AWP, a bit more explosive compared to Acor. And you know, the AWP is an integral part of your setup and really dictates the way that you're going to be playing, particularly on the CT side, because he's picking and choosing where he wants to play, right? So for Snax, it's going to be quite a shift between having played with Acor before and now playing with Slend and trying to accommodate the different needs of the AWPers.
Very true. As we said in the pregame, of course. Always liked Slend, always enjoyed watching him play. Acor does have his moments, but I've seen quite a lot from Slend too. Now he's going to have some more, and that's a beautiful flick up. Not just a leg shot either, and that looked more likely than actually a full kill there from Slend on that angle. But the flick is fast, and it's certainly accurate as well. He's looking for more, but the question is, does he know that Jackie's still behind the donut? That is the real answer that Slend needs to find out. bondik can creep forward here, but Snax is in the corner with a Zeus, and we know the possibility of this at this angle. There's a freebie. He gets his 1-for-1. I don't think it's going to be enough, sadly, though. They clean up nicely, and that is a 4-round lead now for the Ukrainians.
Yeah, and I mean, they've been playing, it's looked convincing, the rounds that they're winning as well. A little bit concerning for GamerLegion. I did mention earlier they were slow to start in their match yesterday, and it's looking quite similar here again, which just puts pressure on them, right? Just on the back foot from the word go. Yeki is 9 for 3. I mean, I remember watching Yeki, as you mentioned, Iron Branch, and then Ikla after that, but more so in Iron Branch, and I just loved what I saw out of this guy. Just basically at the time, somebody nobody really knew, and he just came into the server and was tearing it up. Let's see what he's going to do here. Goodsby on the opposite side of the smoke doesn't realize Snax has gone straight through. aNdu gets in on the action as well. Not only does he get in on the action, he completely tears everybody up. 3 kills coming through from him. Could add a 4th, no. Maybe overstays his welcome, and you know what, Trav, this clutch is alive.
It is. That's the AWP of tension as well. He's got full utility to have full reign with as well. Going for a peek first, though, and now he'll choose to smoke the right side and focus attention on that angle, but unfortunately, he's not going to expect a double flank, and even if he did find one, he was immediately dead from the second player involved. So, in the end, GamerLegion recover it, but aNdu did a great job there, managing to clear up 3 as he and Snax fought desperately around that lane position, peeking from one side and the Jaguar side. Worked out nicely for them.
Yeah, I do love the approach there from GamerLegion. That was committed, and everybody was on the same page, right? And it wasn't great initially. I think it was a 2-for-1 trade in Blessed's favor until aNdu has his say, and he gets a triple kill, which completely swings around in GamerLegion's favor. So that was a good option. Have a look at this though. Blessed are going straight back in that direction of the B bomb site, but GamerLegion got 3 players here as well. Looks like things are going to really start.
Very blind is the answer. He has no chance in that situation. Snax has to try and battle back again. He gets one and somehow phases that smoke as well to keep himself alive for a little while longer. But once again, of course, Blessed is trying to fight through the CT lane. That smoke is missed, but it's not going to matter for Jakey. He gets 2. It's very messy from GamerLegion. Not ready for that fight at all. Isaac can only get 1. And another round goes Blessed's way.
Did they think that smoke was maybe a flash, Trav? Because it looked like they all kind of looked away as Yeki rounded that corner.
Yeah,
maybe they thought he was banking the flash off the wall and then peeking with it, right? I don't know. Either way, maybe they did notice a smoke and they thought it was going to give them cover. They could focus elsewhere, but they get punished. That's a big round for Blessed to win. They lose the round before that, but winning the round straight afterwards just sends GamerLegion back to square one. They've got pistols. And Blessed have locked in the half win at the bare minimum.
Snax trying to fight with the 5-7 and the flash, of course. Making chip damage through the side of Jaguar. This time. You mentioned, of course, that it looked like the veto did kind of get picked by default, but it's not worked out that badly for Blessed.
No, not at all.
Ancient is not a bad map for them at all. Problem is, of course, you do have the utmost strength of Overpass for GamerLegion in map 2. So, if Blessed were to take this one, you would 100% expect a third map decider.
Yeah.
Expect Sentinel, though. Ooh, yes,
And in
do.
the same breath, it means that Blessed have to win here on Ancient, knowing that Overpass is the next map after this. And then we've got Anubis as the decider, a map GamerLegion haven't had any officials on, and a map that Blessed historically do quite well on. So, yeah, even though it was an auto veto, I mean, the gods were still somewhat looking out for Blessed. Didn't get punished too much. Could have been worse. I mean, their auto pick could have been, what, like, Overpass. Imagine their auto pick was Overpass, and then GamerLegion got to pick whatever they wanted or whatever. So, it could have been a disaster.
You have to look at it maybe the other way, though, that if maybe they were there, maybe they ban Overpass. Maybe they removed the full strength of GamerLegion. But, yeah, we'll see. That's now in the past. They have to play with what they have been given. And they haven't started badly whatsoever. GamerLegion need to find a way to at least find this final round of the half. They're going to try that with some aggression toward A. But look at that. There are 4 players waiting for that possibility. And Volt can only hit a dink.
Yeah, they continue to just play this pack-based mentality right now on the T side. Just everybody working together as a unit. And what that means for GamerLegion is that there's space. There's space around the map to be taken. You just got to try and find it. And if there's no resistance at all when you do try and take that space, then you got to probably realize there isn't anybody on that side of the map. And then start to flank aggressively early on in the round or whatnot. But in GamerLegion making moves right now, they're probably almost certain it's going to be an A exec, which is definitely not the case. Oh my goodness, you know, GamerLegion have ended up with a really good setup. I can't believe it. They've just rolled the dice, a complete gamble.
Yeah, it could be an absolute massacre coming in here. Snax finds one. They're not going to expect aNdu on the other side of the doors. That's the 2 kills back instantly to give them the advantage. aNdu even manages to escape through the fire as well. And now they're just stuck. 40 seconds. The reflex will come in. Send and Isaac have a smoker piece as well if they want to try and join the battle, but they're not doing that. They're actually just going for the full flank, and they've completely locked Blessed in here. This is unbelievable. 2 players behind, 2 players in front, and because of that, Snax and aNdu are going to let them have lane and wait for this flank to come through.
Yeah, don't write Blessed off entirely though, Trav. I mean, I know this flank is quite far forward, but it's still 2 versus 3. Snax on the bomb side, 10 seconds left. He just has to buy time right now. Tension and Smash edging their way forward. The bomb's going to get activated at the bare minimum, although Snax is doing such a good job of taking the attention away from his teammates on ramp. Tension activates a C4, but he can't hit the shot. And GamerLegion will win the last round of the half to give them 4 going into their T side. I mean, it's probably the bare minimum. We're going to wait. We're going to have a short break. When we come back, we're going to find out if it's enough.
And if I met you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? Come and meet me in the middle, babe, and I give you all of my heart. If I met you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? 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 Come and meet me in the middle, babe, and I'll give you all of my heart. If I meet you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? Would you give me all your love? Would you give me all your love? Could you give me all your love?
A great start to the opening round of the Challenger Jönköping EU close qualifiers. For Blessed, the underdog in this game, without a shadow of a doubt, they came through. Of course, one of those open qualifiers to get here, and GamerLegion only had 4 going into T-side Ancient. This is a great chance for Blessed to get a map up against a new look GL. And they're trying to put a new look Execute come through in toward B. Molotov behind the site. Tension is going to get caught here, but they're caught looking the wrong way, and they get absolutely mowed down.
Good night, Sweet Prince. My goodness. I mean, he misses the first few shots, but eventually he zeroes in. It's all on aNdu and Snax to try and recover the situation, and there we go. Nice couple of kills coming through from aNdu. I was telling you about this guy's mechanics and how he's one to watch. Snax, the last one to watch here in the round for GamerLegion, 1 versus 3. Flashbang to his name, no Kevlar. Bomb dropped in the site.
Oh.
And Smash fills them up with lead.
One thing that GamerLegion didn't want was that. They needed an instant response. We know how fast games can change on MR12. 8-4 could have become 8-7 very, very quickly with a pistol. But as it is, it's 9-4 that could become 10-4. And will become 10-4 because there was no bomb plant, of course, for GL.
Yeah. One flash, Trav. A single flashbang is all they've invested into, and you know what? I love it. Great call. This is what Counter-Strike is about. Buying up a flash in your full ecos. It's gonna get them. It's just unfortunate there's 3 players B right now. If there were 2 players B, I'd say it gets them a kill and a plant. So, yeah, A for effort in my books.
Yeah, I think Blessed know that, of course, it's very easy to get some quick pace going toward B. And they're going to try through Cave instead this time. It's only a FAMAS for bondik. Himself 1, but there's the support from Guthrie, and he'll make sure he hides. Attention to come and help out as well, and they actually share the ecos amongst them. Very polite of them. Jackie will get taken down in the end, and he gets none. Nice dinks being hit by Stend. Of course, any bit of bonus cash will be helpful for him with that Glock. He does a lot of damage with just the default pistol, but bondik will take that one. 2 for him, 2 for Tension, and now GamerLegion have their buy to come in. But of course, no AWP yet. Stend only had 4750. It would be a bit foolish to buy a glass cannon T-side AWP. So AKs across the board in this first T-gun round for GamerLegion.
I mean, it's a must-win round here for the T side. They have to win this gun round. Lose this, 11-4 becomes 12-4. That's an unassailable lead for Blessed. They've also got a favorable investment here. AKs across the board compared to 3 FAMASs and 2 M4s. And there's going to be a big skirmish in towards middle here from the word go. And Volt doubles down. Smash couldn't really help Yeki initially. It looked like he paused for a second to throw a grenade, so they weren't on top of each other. So they were completely isolated, and Volt's not stopping there either. 3rd kill adds to the tally. Guthrie eventually going to get a trade, but that's just the first kill in the round here for Blessed. Now they know where he is. That's going to be GamerLegion's first round here of the second half.
That's really nice from Volt. Only had 3 kills in the game before this round, and he's, was, of course, one of the players that kind of took up the mantle when it comes to the fragging, at least a little bit on this team, and it's old guys, but firepower really was the problem for GamerLegion in a number of their games when it wasn't overpass, of course. Volt has been trying his best and been playing pretty well. But yeah, slow game up until that point. 3 nice kills in mid. On the burst. And maybe now with aNdu, who played pretty well in his one stand-in stint with the main GamerLegion team previously. And of course, Slend from Endpoint, who has been very decent at that tier 2 level. Can he make the step up to the tier 1.5 and beyond, though? That is the question for Slend.
Well, he's been able to check off all the objectives so far, right? Miles NXT checked that off the list at the academy level. Then goes to that tier 3, tier 2 level with Endpoint, checks that off the list as well. So there's no reason to believe that he can't keep up this trajectory. It's just about making sure that he doesn't get, too far ahead of himself, because often players do take a jump too early and then they don't have enough experience, they're not ready for the level, and it ends up then setting them a few paces backwards. So yeah, I'm backing Slend. I'm certainly think he's worthy of the chance.
I'm backing aNdu as well, because it feels like exactly that's kind of what GamerLegion need. They need an aggressive, explosive rifler to make a difference on this team. Of course, Kios wasn't necessarily expected to do that in GamerLegion when he was playing, but I think it's fair to say that sadly for him, his roles and his performances in general weren't that great, which is why they have finally moved on from him. He gets the chance in the future, though, of course, and I hope that GamerLegion has a chance in this one to make it a closer game. But Blessed fighting very well once again. That's a huge shadow advantage there for bondik, as aNdu looks to swing in toward Temple, and it puts Volt in the clutch. 1 versus 3 it would be. Guthrie and bondik are both here though, trying to play that headshot angle, and he could be just walking into the mixer here. That's a little bit overzealous from Volt there. Of course, he's not to know, I don't think they were still both in that corner. Maybe he thought that was bondik playing with the angle there.
Yeah, he did.
But I would have loved to see him use his utility. He had a molly, he could have flushed him out a little bit, pushed him a little bit further back, because he doesn't want to get caught with utility out rather than his gun, of course. But utility could have made a big difference in going for that one.
Yeah, for me, that's also what shows good game sense from Guthrie, the way that he plays in that position and he baits for bondik. And they end up combining really nicely there between the two of them. And that's a huge blow to GamerLegion's chances. I'm also surprised that this is the first time out we've seen being called by GamerLegion. With Coach Ash in the mix, things have been going pear-shaped for a while now. I thought they would have used a pause a bit earlier. Either way, aNdu's got 17 kills here, Travis. Nearly double anybody on his team. It's just Snax who stops that from being the case.
Yeah, 17, 8, 9, 8, 8, 7. And if this is an audition, he's trying his damnedest. But Blessed only 2 away now from this opening map.
Alright, well, let's see if GamerLegion can keep themselves in the hunt here. Have to win this round. Backs have been against the wall for a while, so it's not unfamiliar territory for them.
Jakey trying to play with the smoke and donut, trying to jump spot, see if he can see anything, but not at the moment. Wallbangs being attempted by isak. We've seen a number of important kills come through with that tactic on this map. Damage has been taken by GamerLegion to try and take control, and aNdu now only 47. He's possibly expecting there to be a player in the corner, but with the health that he's been ticked down to, nothing he can do. Smash takes it comfortably. Now he's up to 17 himself. And Snax is forced to try go searching on B. Volt and Slend in position with him. There are 3 players and a 4th on the quick rotation behind the site. bondik will miss that one. Volt takes another. But duels have to be hit, and the wallbang damage again is significant on isak. It's a 3v4 for GamerLegion, and they're kind of stacked on top of each other now behind the site with Snax and isak in that position. It's going to be difficult for them to fight their way out. Thankfully, Slend is one of the main men who can help them, and Snax will take Guthrie as well. And with that, grabbing this AK for tension and falling back could be the order of the day.
Yeah, heading for the hills. Good game plan coming through from GamerLegion to get themselves across the line, because it was looking a bit sketchy at one point. I was surprised that Blessed were playing so far back on the B bomb site as well, to be honest. Because it's not like they'd really taken any control towards middle either, so they'd given up mid, they'd given up B as well, and I think they, with the numerical advantage after they get that kill in mid, they probably should have had a bit more of a hold on the B bomb side. Kind of gave GamerLegion a way back into the round there, I reckon.
Indeed. Of course, we were talking a little bit in the pre-game as well, of course, about how Snax IGLing this team. Did some in the Polish scene a little bit. Did some in the OG VP days. It was mostly Neo and Taz, as we've had a chat about. But, yeah, I think Snax has been some decent results while he was doing it, of course. Exactly on this team as well. Been pretty solid as a leader. aNdu, which has been flashed in here with that smoking position, and he's got no idea that Smash is so close. And the USP of Guthrie to help out is absolutely getting out of hand, and Smash has taken Volt as well. How has this fallen apart so quickly?
How's he gotten the kill with the USP through the smoke? How's Smash not died there to his teammate shooting him in the back? So many questions, no answers. But it's a 4 versus 2. 2 AKs have been recovered. It's on Slend and isak. Time is not the problem. And isak has been able to get some control here and towards the B bomb side, but it's somewhat by design for Bless. They're happy to play this detached setup right now.
Yeah, they know.
Oh, Slend has to make sure he doesn't die here. Right, there we go. Huge kill.
Oh, I like this as well. He has to take initiative, and Slend's even managed to catch one more in the back too. And that was a big threat. That was a full HP player. It's just Guthrie and Smash now, and Slend's found that one as well. There is some big impact from GamerLegion's new AWP. And now Smash, 2 kills in the round, needs 2 more. He's got a molly and he's got a nade. isak needs to be careful playing with that smoke. Smash, I think, has seen him. Goes for the pre-fire. And somehow isak, from his POV, didn't spot it. It's going to be down to Slend to get a 4th kill in this round to save it. Molotov in position. That won't touch Slend, I believe. So he can continue holding this cross. And he hits it. And a headshot to boot. GamerLegion are now within 3.
Massive round coming through there from Slend to save the day for GamerLegion, because if they lost that 12-7 and they don't have much money, I don't think. So completely keeps them alive. I mean, it's not like they had anything going for them that 4 versus 2 either. And Slend had such an important job on his hands as well to try and come through middle there. He's the one who had the bomb on his back with the AWP, and if he goes down, that's round over. So a huge amount of responsibility. Gets that kill, and then he activates, right? And you can see the Blessed players in the back of the bomb site. They start to panic because they know they're being rounded on from Red Room, and they've got isak who's pushing from the B site, and GamerLegion's just really composed in that situation. And they should be able to close the gap to 2 rounds.
Should is a strong word, though, in Counter-Strike, as we know. And Smash will find another one onto isak. Volt fighting back to the best of his ability, but look at what's left for Blessed. You'd have to think this will be fine, and Snax is flanking as well. Yes, it is fine. Volt will get himself 3. And now Blessed only lead 11-9 as the guns come back out. Smash will be able to drop the AWP over to tension. But GamerLegion are now warmed up, it feels like, and are in this game.
Alright, well, Blessed have been in the driver's seat for a while. See what they're going to bring to the table here in the 21st. As I said earlier, man, GamerLegion, they tend to get better as the game goes on, and they get a bit more of a foothold. Been the case here against Blessed, was the case against Gun 5 yesterday. Just going through the motions, going through the protocols, dropping their util. Yeki clears out the smoke, but that only costs him his life.
Yeah, that sort of situation you would think is almost it's pretty heavily CT favoured, breaking the smoke like that. The CT knows when the smoke is about to explode, and the team doesn't necessarily have that same knowledge on timing. But aNdu hits a beautiful shot. Once again, he is a point of contact on this team and in this game. He makes his contact felt. And right now, GamerLegion, little do they know that a bomb site is completely clear. But they are choosing correctly at the moment. It's a stack over toward B for Blessed. GamerLegion could be about to make their way up to double digits solely off of one correct decision here.
Oh, great angle. Really good angle to get a kill back, but it's just a consolation kill because GamerLegion have assumed full control of the opposite side of the map, and this is by design for Blessed. They're not going to move a muscle after they see that bomb plant coming through, because they know their plan was stack up B. If they go A, we call it a day. GamerLegion. Oh man, these guys are just continuing to claw their way back, Trav.
And Blessed will be feeling it a little bit now. You mentioned, of course, earlier, this is a must-win map for them with Overpass coming up next. That's been GamerLegion's main strength in the entirety of their run with their previous roster, of course. Absolutely world-class on Overpass. Unfortunately, it might be the only map they're truly world-class on when they had that roster, but yeah, when you go into it, you know what's coming. Even with this new edition of GamerLegion, I think with aNdu and Slend, A-Core is always great on Overpass, but I don't think it's much of a problem for them. So Blessed will need to get this over the line. Thankfully they will save, and it gives them a good amount of money to work with, of course. Even if they do lose this round and save, maybe with 1 or 2 players, 11 all, it will give them something, and a chance to drop, for example, from Tension. So, some residual cash to work with to give them something to fight with as we edge toward the end of this opening map.
Let's see if GamerLegion have got what it takes to level up the scoreline here. Not overplaying their hand at all. Solid conservative approach from the word go, just giving Snax a bit of leeway. Just having some presence on the opposite side of the map. He's just making sure that Blessed don't have any forward positions and any solid information. Just wants to make sure they've been pushed backwards. And then they know, they have a good idea as to what Blessed know at that point. He's going to be able to skirmish in towards middle. Smash just trying to push a bit later in on the timing, but actually just ends up looking really awkward and uncomfortable as he goes down. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Yeki as well. He's going to be forced backwards. At least he's got some assistance in the site itself, but it's going to be all on tension with that AWP, and surely he doesn't stand a chance. Isak actually will lose his life, but it's not the end of the world because Volk gets the trade straight afterwards.
Yeah, Isak understanding there that running through the molly to try and take the duel will either 1, work out for him, or 2, baiting the donut players to sort it out. So, good thought process there from Isak. And again, like, he doesn't get a kill from it. He's only 7 and 16 in this game. But you have to say that is just mainly, that round in particular is really good from him.
Yeah.
Even though he goes down for free, it just wins the round for certain and makes it more comfortable for his own teammates. And with Slend taking one more with the AWP, it's going to be 11 all.
Yeah, Hampus actually recently did an interview with Thorin, and in that interview he was talking about a potential all-Swedish squad and who he would want in that team, and Isak was the name that he picked for a support player. He said he's the best Swedish support player out there. So he holds him in very high regard, and you know, it's not about the numbers when you look at somebody like Isak. You got to look at the way that he's enabling his teammates to really see the impact and what he contributes to the team.
Yes, sir. Couple of regions, of course, now on GamerLegion. There were always an EU mixed team beforehand, but it's stayed that way. Sweden, of course, is looking a little bit stronger now in the tier 2 levels, of course. NIP have got some couple of good new names on their team with Maxter, of course. We've got Medisport, who are in this very qualifier alongside NIP. Slend, of course, representing Hungary. And aNdu from Estonia. It's always cool to see a nice selection of flags putting their country on the map in Counter-Strike. I always joked when Stem was on Mao's NXT that he was the Torji regen.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. Flashy Hungarian coach or analyst for Navi as well. So yeah, I guess we got some Hungarian representation out there. Either way, aNdu, he's not going to be the happiest man in the world. Smash just gives him a little love tap through the smoke there. This is to get yourself to map point. Winner of this round is going to be in a far more comfortable position going into the last round of regulation. Overtime could be served up here as well, Trav.
There is a possibility. It feels like a strong one. These qualifiers are always bloodbaths. Lots of unexpected results, usually. And if Blessed were even to take one map, it would be relatively unexpected. But Blessed have given GamerLegion quite a lot of space to work with here. And look at this on the minimap right now. Only one player in Guthrie for Blessed. GamerLegion are not to know that yet, and the rotations will be coming thick and fast. They're going to be allowed to hop over to the site, I believe, and get a bomb plant. You'd think, but hang on a second, there are now so many players here battling through these smokes. They're only just able to cross, and Smash gets one more frag. Snax will go down. 3v4 for GamerLegion. Slend in position, though. It could be up to him once again. Volt close. Ready to pounce off of Slend's contact, perhaps. All four Blessed players coming in from the same position. Slend is ready. He finds one, and Volt makes it happen too. bondik responds with two for himself, though, and now it's all down to him against Slend, and he manages to make it happen. The veteran of the team, the veteran of Counter-Strike full stop, bondik, shows up huge for his team and gives Blessed map points.
My goodness. I mean, it was looking so good for GamerLegion there towards the end of that post plant. Slend on the angle gets his kill. Another kill comes through straight afterwards, but then bondik just activates in a massive way. Huge multi-kill coming through from the veteran. And that's map point for Blessed. We were expecting him to get to map point a while ago. It took them a lot longer than what they would have liked, but they do still get to map point first. And now for GamerLegion is to try and force us into overtime. I think Slend might have missed a key shot there in that post plant. I'm not entirely sure, but that all fell apart so quickly for GamerLegion.
Yeah, and then once he did, of course, he was in a tough position about being closed down by bondik, as he was behind the site pillar as well. It's always uncomfortable for an AWPer if you're sat there and feel like you can't take the point, really. As you know, you have to slow peek those angles, and in the end, as you saw, bondik made it happen. bondik's been quiet in this game, but that's huge from him. It's kind of a bit nostalgic to see him playing well and in an important situation as well. I remember watching him back in the flip side and Hellraiser's days. In his first Hellraiser stint, of course, as well. But enough nostalgia. It's the present that we have to focus on, and so do GamerLegion. You can't be thinking about that previous round. You have to be concentrating on this one, and that's a beautiful catch from Yeki. Removes Slend. aNdu's in a great position once again to do more damage, and Tension is very, very pinned in. But Guthrie, running and gunning with the MP9, finds one more. It's a 3v2, though, and he's more stuck than a stuck thing, and he's got no weapon. Snax is going to find a kill for free, and that opens up the site. It's Smash 1 versus 3. Rushing into it. aNdu stops him. And we're going to overtime.
Yeah, indeed. What a good round coming through from aNdu. By himself, working through Red Room. He walks away from that round with 3 kills to his name. Remarkable work coming through from aNdu. Very impressive stuff. 90 ADR to finish the map for him at least regulation. Smashes up to 101. And we wipe the slate clean. We run it back.
You said it was a possibility, and maybe even a likelihood. And there it is. Once again, Academy players on show. Being upgraded once and for all, of course, from their past to main rosters. aNdu with 23 kills in regulation. Only one behind Smash in the server. Slend having some big moments, of course, from his Mouse NXT days. Of course, now from endpoint to here, a great chance for him to continue to show up like this. But this is just the start for him. And unfortunately, in overtime, it's the end for Snax, at least for now. Gets taken down by Yeki's advance up mid, up to shelf. That might force GamerLegion to pounce toward A little bit quicker than they would have wanted.
Still only Smash on the side of the map. There's isak towards the B-bomb site right now, but he isn't doing all that much. aNdu, I mean, Smash gets a huge jump on aNdu, but aNdu still walks away with the kill. Barely has any health though. He should go down, yet at least he's able to deploy the smoke and use his utility before he does. If he gets another kill though, that would be a disaster. Thankfully for the CT side, that's not going to happen. Volt is just rushing forward. They're juggling weapons back and forth. Now Volt's going to look to try and use the smoke. He's got his teammate taking the attention and the bait away from him. Tension's timing is going to work out in his favor. Talk about building tension right now. You could cut the tension with the knife in this round. bondik left alone. He's just trying to hunt down the player in Donut. He doesn't even know where the residual player is. And it's going to be GamerLegion who'll open up with the round first here in overtime.
Or will they? Hang on, you can jump on the bomb. Wait, there's a smoke, there's a smoke. He's in the smoke. Hang on, the knife's out. Oh my goodness, he's too late with it. The knife comes through, but it's
He
not
got a trap,
in
the
time.
defuse came through. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
The defuse comes through. I can't believe he
you
actually gets the defuse.
we both thought it was over for a second.
I wrote him off completely. He drops the smoke on the bomb.
So that's
my
two huge
goodness.
moments from bondik in this game toward the business end.
Well, that's what it's about, man. Experience steps up when it matters the most.
Goodness me. A little bit too late for GamerLegion on the knife. Shouldn't have been that late, but off the back of that, again, we know that the A site is very open for retakes and very open, often for a quick plant. And GamerLegion have made it happen straight away, and isak has taken 2 already. bondik, the hero from the last round, is gone. He has full control of CT and absolutely deletes Smash. And isak has a little round for himself here with the triple. GamerLegion just full Wing into A, not holding anything back despite losing that previous round. Now Tension looking to try and fight for his life, and now he's down to 17 HP. aNdu will chase him down and take the kill. We're even again.
I think that's such an important round for GamerLegion to win in the grand scheme of things as well. Because it's just going to be a big boost for their confidence that would have been in the dumpster after the way they lost that first round in OT. So that's certainly going to just be lifting the spirits a little bit. 13 all. And we continue. As we've already mentioned, Ancient's a very important prospect here for Blessed.
Quick timeout. Quick tack for the boys on Blessed. Will they be hashtag blessed today, though?
I mean, they started off pretty blessed here at the beginning of Ancient, but things have gone a bit pear-shaped since then.
Yeah.
Of course, there are a few other games going on at the moment. Sorry to interrupt you there, Trav. We've got Aurora versus Metasport. That's 12-9 to Aurora. Apex versus Bait is in the last round of regulation. Could be OT, could be Apex winning map 1. Monty cleaned up against NIP on the first map, 13-3. And of course, this is the game on the D-Stream.
By the way, just a little side note on that one. Aurora have signed Wrestle from Thoughts. So I think that's a great pickup. That makes them even more dangerous than before now, for me. And they're playing
Who did they replace, though?
They're playing with Wrestle today, I
Belchenok, or-
believe. So
Just wondering who they replaced, though.
I'll check. Cast around. I'll check for you.
Happy Belchenok. All right, well, that's a good point there. We have got a game on our hands right now. And GamerLegion have already lost 2 players. Snax and aNdu, 6 foot under. Blessed looking like they're on the path here to take a narrow lead into their second half of overtime. GamerLegion don't really have much going for them yet to try and stop that from happening. You got the bomb on the opposite side of the map with isak. It's going to try to finish off B. Looks like they're going to try and fake A before that, though. But, I mean, I just have no idea how they make this one work for them. Especially Sling loses his AWP battle. Vulcan tries to sell the fake, but really, this is just mission impossible for GamerLegion.
Indeed. It's going to be a slight edge to Blessed, which puts a lot of pressure on GamerLegion CT side, of course, which didn't look that great in regulation, it must be said. What can isak do, though? Thought he got behind bondik for a second. Unfortunately, he did not, for his sake. bondik with another important kill, and that is the slight edge for Blessed, like we mentioned. And GamerLegion have more work to do, despite it looking like they were solid. Might be looking back at that bondik defuse in the smoke later on. So yeah, just to clarify what we were speaking about earlier, of course. Celta went from Aurora to Fours. Then Aurora played with Belchenok for a little bit. And now they've taken Result from Fours. So kind of roundabout between those two teams. Hooch, of course, is not on Aurora anymore either. Yeah, I think that makes Aurora even more dangerous than before for me. Still having Kenzie and Nori in play as well. Love that
Of course, Nickelback from Umcull also got benched recently. So there's quite a few pieces moving across the board right now as we move into the second half of OT number 1. GamerLegion down by a round on their CT side now. They struggled heavily on their CT side in regulation, so if we add up the numbers from regulation here into OT, Blessed should be on course to get the job done here. But let's see. Volt's just jiggling, incendiary in hand, waiting to catch a glimpse of somebody, of anybody. That will be his Q trap.
That'll be Volt's Q. So at least do what you said, but make sure he doesn't give up his life either. Thus we will be stuck behind the B doors with no lane control. And with 50 seconds in the round before a plant is a necessity, split up around the map still. With that lockout of B doors, they're going to transfer a couple more players outside A and have one mid lurk in Yeki. Our GamerLegion ready for the second phase of Blessed. Volt in Donut. He's got his teammate, of course, Isaac in support. That smoke is going to make it a little bit more difficult for them, and lots of damage done. Of course, trying to fight through the sign there, eating a few bullets for sure. And Yeki does find Isaac, that we mentioned, of course, on that little rotation through. And now Slayer needs to find a couple of kills, and you'd think that Snax probably needs to find a random smoke banger, honestly, for GamerLegion to have a chance in this retake.
Yeah, who's going to activate? That's my question, because Slender's watching A main right now. Then you've got a player in Temple as well. It's just nobody's really forcing the issue for GamerLegion right now. Eventually, they're going to start to try and make their way forward, but they just continue to be dropped. aNdu will get a kill back, but that bomber's got about a third left on its lifetime, and Snax has got no life left on his lifetime. 15-13, 2 map points here for Blessed.
And a quad kill from the old man bondik. What a guy. I always loved bondik, like back in the day when he played on those old rosters that I mentioned earlier, like Hellraisers, for example, because his sitting position at LAN was the most uncomfortable looking sitting position I think I've ever seen. We know these days people have their like faces inside the monitor if possible. Zentaris and Rops being pretty famous for that. But yeah, I think the bondik was... I mean, I hope his spine's okay all these years later. But but yeah, he's playing superbly today. And now GamerLegion need 2 in a row to take us to more rounds on Ancient.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if his spine's okay, but he's certainly broken the back of GamerLegion a couple times here on Ancient.
Yes, sir.
GamerLegion do find a good opening kill here, though. Need to win 2 rounds here to force us into OT2. Of course, both these teams vying for a spot at ESL Challenger Jönköping later this year. Of course, this is just the opening game of the qualifier. Double elimination, 8 teams, 1 spot. Which way does this map go? Players don't have many options available to them right now.
We've seen rounds turn, of course, though. This game has been pretty back and forth. One moment you think Blessed are comfortable, the next moment GamerLegion are in the ascendancy, the next minute they're fighting again for overtime, the next second they're about to win the first round of overtime and bondik sticks to defuse in the smoke. Somehow. That's a great nade, wow.
Yeah.
Snax just fired up about 100 damage, I think, across 3 players. But hang on, if some headshots are hit, it could still be a problem for GamerLegion. bondik will find another one. Thankfully, Slent is still here, but Yeki's picked up the AWP. Hang on a moment. 3 versus 3. There'll be no flank for Yeki to worry about. It's bondik once again with a clean headshot, but Snax is doing all the work for his team, leading by example. It's down to Yeki with the picked up AWP. And of course, both these GamerLegion players have defuse kits, so it's going to be a close swing. That's great pathing from Snax to play as close as possible and basically swing as close to Yeki as he can to make himself very hard to hit. And GamerLegion are once again keeping this alive.
Yeah, Snax does that well in conjunction with Volt, who's much deeper on the angle and trying to take the crosshair, the scope away from the close wall. So just good teamwork between them there to navigate the 2v1 and make sure they win that all-important round for GamerLegion. So that is going to be the teams drawing back within a single round here. Can GamerLegion force OT again? They had to contest 1 map point in regulation. They were able to overcome that. It's 2 here in OT. First one already checked off the list.
Oh,
Not the start they would have liked though, and certainly not the continuation either.
Oh dear. Last hurdle for GamerLegion to keep the game alive again, and now 3v5. What on earth do you do in this scenario? You have to just hope one of your players, whether it's a Volt, a Slend, or a Snax, hits some multi-frags. You can tell Slend is desperate to try and walk forward and recover this situation. Maybe play off of Snax, for example, but they have control of Jaguar now. We'll just fall off of it for a second. Blessed to know this is their main opportunity. They've had a couple already, but this is where it has to be converted. And one they have to win, of course, as well, with Overpass coming up next. That is GamerLegion's home. Their beloved Overpass. Blessed are going to try and make it a little bit more pressuring for them. Slend finds one, and Snax is still here. And he hears so much of Blessed right now. They're going to move the bomb away at this moment, though, and that could be a really good call. They're going into Volt, and Volt needs probably 2 kills here in this scenario. It's a good incendiary. He's trying to hold them back with flashes and utility. He picks into the open, but only gets 1. Thankfully, the rotation is fast, and Slend is here, but it's not on a good timing. And Tension takes that one too. It's all down to Snax. He's been spotted out by Tension, and he'll get taken out. Blessed take an upset map 1 against GamerLegion, 16-14. Very impressive opening for them.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, it was looking very good for them throughout most of regulation. Then GamerLegion were able to get their spring in their step, and then it looked like they might get the job done. But yeah, I'm just impressed by Blessed even when things didn't go there.